Hey guys, so today we're making this yummy spiced brown sugar glazed ham. This is the perfect recipe for the holiday season, for your Christmas ham. It's absolutely delicious. You're gonna love it. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is I'm using a smoked ham, a regular smoked ham. But you can use any ham that you choose to use. Like if you have a spiral ham or just a regular ham, you can use that. Okay, so I'm starting by making some slices in the ham. I'm not going too deep, but I don't want the slices to be too shallow either, because I want the ham to take the flavor that I'm gonna put on top of the ham later on. So just make some slices all over and we'll move on to the next step. And you can make it as thin as you like or as thick as you'd like. It's totally up to you. So next I'm taking some cloves, just some regular whole cloves, and I'm gonna stick them all over the ham. Put as much as you like and make sure you cover the ham with the cloves, because this is going to add that delicious good flavor and it's part of the spice process for our ham. And you could even add some of the cloves in between the slices if you'd like. Okay, so once you finish adding in the cloves, I'm gonna take some foil paper and I'm gonna wrap my ham in the foil paper. So make sure you wrap the whole ham in the foil paper. It should be completely covered. And then I'm gonna put it into the oven to bake at 350 degrees for about 3.5 hours. Now my ham was a 11 to 12 pound ham, and to bake the ham, you're gonna bake it for every 1 pound it's 20 minutes. So my ham baked for roughly 3.5 to 4 hours. So for every 1 pound of your ham, you're gonna add 20 minutes to the baking time. Okay, so while the ham is baking, we're gonna make this yummy spiced brown sugar glaze to go on top of the ham. So some of the things you're gonna need to make it are pineapple slices and 100% pineapple juice. You're actually gonna need more pineapple juice than that, and you're also gonna need light brown sugar, ground cinnamon, ground ginger, honey, and later we're also going to use some maraschino cherries on top of the ham. So yeah, when you're buying the pineapples, make sure you buy the pineapple rings and also get like a can of 100% pineapple juice. Okay, so to make the sauce in a pot over medium high heat, I'm adding in my pineapple juice, and to that I'm gonna add in my brown sugar. And it's okay if you get some of the pieces of pineapple in there, that's totally fine, that's extra flavor. Next I'm adding in my honey, and then to it I'm gonna add in some extra spice by adding in some cinnamon and ground ginger. And you're gonna stir that to incorporate everything together, and we're gonna let it come to a boil. And once it starts boiling, every once in a minute you're gonna give the pot a stir just to make sure it's not sticking in the bottom or anything. And once it comes to a boil, you're gonna let it turn the heat down a little bit to like medium low heat, and let the sauce, let the glaze thicken. So let it simmer for about 4 to 5 minutes until it's thickened and it's a glaze. So as usual, I will list all the ingredients and measurements I used in the description box down below for you guys, so you can check it out there. Okay, so my ham is finished baking. It's been about 3.5 to 4 hours. I unwrapped it. I took the foil off of my ham, and this is it right here. So it smells of clove. It smells absolutely delicious, but we're gonna spice it up some more by adding in some extra delicious flavor. So all I'm gonna do right now is I'm taking the pineapple rings from the juice that we used earlier, and also my bottle of cherries, maraschino cherries, and I'm gonna put it all over my ham, and I'm using toothpicks to stick it to the ham. Okay, and once you finish adding on your pineapple rings and the cherries, the next step is to take that delicious glaze we just made and just pour it all over on top of the ham. So be sure when you're pouring the glaze that you get it in between the slices of the ham we made earlier, because you want to get all that good flavor in between the ham. So yeah, make sure you could use a fork or a knife to open the ham a little bit and pour the glaze in between there, and just make sure you glaze the ham really well. And if, for instance, you made the glaze earlier before the ham was ready and it's kind of thickened a little bit too much, you can always put it back on the stove and warm it over low heat so it can slightly loosen a little and be more pourable if you're having that issue. And yeah, so now I'm just pouring that glaze, and as you can see, my glaze is nice and thick and it's just perfect, and you can see the spice and the cinnamon in the glaze, which is adding, like, yeah, this ham was absolutely delicious. All right, so after I'm finished adding the glaze, I'm gonna put the ham back into the oven, and this time I'm putting it at 375 degrees for about 15 to 25 more minutes to finish cooking. So that's the last 15 to 25 minutes of cooking. You're gonna add your glaze before it's done. And yeah, after that 15 to 25 minutes, once your ham is perfectly cooked and perfectly glazed and glistening, that is it for this recipe. As usual, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Leave me your feedback when you do try it, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thumbs up, and you guys are awesome. And subscribe to this video and like if you're new.